as their fans have been dubbed, and this Finnish national team. Well, hello, everybody. It's the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. It's the last game of the day here in Bilbao, Group C. And what a game it is. It's the United States of America taking on Finland, who are making their first ever appearance in this great basketball tournament. And the favorites start things off.
I think Anthony Davis just went up too early, and the referees called it a ball for Finland.
Well, he was ready, that's for sure. Finland going to inbound it, so first possession will go over to Finland. And the inbound is silent over to Koponen. Gerald Lee played college basketball in America at Old Dominion, so he's familiar with these guys. Koponen for three. Short. Sean Huff sneaks in there. Another former American college basketball player. Gerald Lee, and gets inside and puts it up, and listen to the roar of the crowd here in Bilbao.
Very patient, a lot of patience there on the execution for the Finns. They are not scared, and they took it to the Team USA.
Well, Kyrie Irving just kind of floats in, and Alex Murphy, former teammate of Derrick Rose with Chicago Bulls, brings it up the floor, and early foul called against Finland.
That was an offensive foul. A little tangle there under the basket.
Foul was drawn by Anthony Davis, and the foul was called on Gerald Lee. James Harden whips it over to Curry. Off the rim, Farid goes in for the rebound, puts it up and in. So the offensive rebound.
And this is the athleticism of all the players, Team USA. Finland just really have to be careful and put a body on somebody after the shot is taken.
Well, Koponen runs off the screen. Huff inside to Gerald Lee. Another offensive foul called against Gerald Lee, pushing off on Anthony Davis.
I mean, he's going to be watching his hands there.
These referees not going to make too many friends here of these Finnish fans.
Yep.
Here in the first couple of minutes. Here we go. You watch them. They're kind of locked up here on the replay.
He does push off, though.
Referee right there on the call. So already a foul problem for Finland to cope with. And the pass inside, and Kenneth Farid goes in for the two-handed jam.
And this is penetration and a kick, and if you have a cutter of such caliber as Farid, it's an easy finish.
Well, Gerald Lee up top, goes past Anthony Davis, missed it, follows it up, and gets it to go.
That was good perseverance there by Gerald Lee. He just stayed with the missed shot, and with a little bit of luck, he put it back in.
Harden goes down the lane and also picks up a foul.
This is going to be the hardest one-on-one matchups from the outside, just to keep your man in front of you. It's not going to be easy for the Finns.
Tuka Cody is going to come into the game for Gerald Lee, who quickly picks up his third foul. So a nightmare scenario for Gerald Lee, the opportunity of a lifetime to play against the USA at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and he picks up 3 fouls in the first 2 minutes in 8 seconds.
Very difficult for Coach Detman to deal with, too.
And you can see Detman not thinking his team got the rub of the green on any of those calls. There you see Murphy over to Koponen. Murphy shoots it well for a big guy, but that one stays out. And up it goes, and the dunk attempt was missed. And then the foul committed by Kenneth Farid.
I think that USA is doing what they said. They try to play some defense and create something out of the successful defense. They just push the ball up the court. You see the attempt at the alley-oop, but it was a little bit too high. Anthony Davis just could not handle the ball.
Koponen for three. And Faried comes in for the board.
That's a second miss for Koponen. I thought he got a very good look at the basket again.
James Harden drives in.
And you saw how he turned the Jets on. I mean, just the speed and quickness immediately on it.
I was reading an interview with James Harden here. Did you see the replay here in Spain? And he said quite plainly, "I want to be the best player in the world." I mean, that tells you right there all you need to know about James Harden.
And you say he's a leader. I mean, he's one of the more experienced players on the squad. So I think on a team that is the youngest in the tournament, he's going to be looking for a leadership role.
Well, he didn't play 4 years ago, but he did play in the Olympic team.
That is right.
Derrick Rose is one of the players, however, who did play in 2010, along with Curry and Rudy Gay, who will come off the bench tonight. Koponen looks for an opening. Coty hands it back to him. Bounce pass back to Coty. Sean Huff has the shot blocked by Harden and steps out of bounds, so it goes back over. So we've already seen Harden do it offensively. Now we've seen him come up and get a block shot.
And he was very alert there defensively. I mean, he just followed the ball and immediately turned around and managed to block the shot.
10 on the shot clock. Salin. Over to Koponen. Koponen. And finally gets the jumper to fall. That was a 2. USA quickly to the other way. And again, Anthony Davis goes up for the follow, the dunk, and missed it.
And this is a good news for Finland and Koponen connected. It was a long 2. I think he stepped on the line, but they need Koponen in his outside shooting.
You see the strength there of Kenneth Faried. Huff gets it to Salin, who puts it up, and Anthony Davis over to Faried.
That was a very quick shot, difficult to make. He missed everything.
Anthony Davis goes up against Tuka Coty, and this time uses the glass, scores the old-fashioned way.
It's so difficult to cover any of the U.S. players on a one-on-one coverage.
And Murphy was fouled up top by Anthony Davis.
A good take there by Eric Murphy.
Now, what's interesting about Davis is he was the best player at Kentucky when he was called into that Olympic team just before he turned pro. So you're talking about a very young guy already with big-time experience at this level. Salin comes out, and Rannikko comes in. That's for Finland. Murphy puts it up and in.
Oh, that was a nice read there by Koponen. He just saw an opening and an open man, and Murphy knocks it down.
Harden up top. Over to Irving. A little bit of help now. Tuka Coty comes out to defend against Anthony Davis, and a foul called. I think it's take your pick. He was fouled by Coty.
Yeah, he was kind of sandwiched between the 2 defenders. Let's look at him one more time. He takes his strong to the basket.
I think Murphy was in position, but certainly Coty fouled him from behind.
Absolutely, he was there on time. Good job there defensively from the help side. Took down there for Eric Murphy.
Koivisto is going to come in for Finland. Rudy Gay and Derrick Rose coming in for the United States. So Sean Huff gets a breather. Koivisto, a really good shooter. And obviously, as Kenneth Faried comes out, Rudy Gay is a player that will look to stamp his authority on the game.
I think the U.S. squad is so competitive that anybody that comes on the floor is going to play the hardest, because everybody knows that if he slacks off, somebody will step in. I mean, these guys just want to be here. They've been training for a month. They are at this top event, and they want to show the world they are the best players.
Derrick Rose guarding Ranico. And the foul called on Derrick Rose takes exception to the blanket defense, but
he was also really getting after this defense. Coming off the bench, he's ready to play. Look at that one more time. Yeah, I mean, he grabbed Ranico a little bit.
Murphy comes out to take the inbounds. Now Ranico, 7 on the shot clock. USA defense causing problems. And Ranico, his shot misses, but the long rebound. Now Koivisto thought about it. And his pass goes off the hands of Murphy and out of bounds.
It's a tough to call that an unforced error because he had a lot of pressure on him while he was making the pass.
Harden. Harden just went straight to the basket, and there was no stopping him.
I mean, the way he changed his direction, it's so difficult to guard.
And quickly now the USA defense comes up with the steal and the foul by Koponen to try to stop the fast break. Now we're going to see Cousins come. DeMarcus Cousins come in for the USA. Koponen goes out. Salen comes back in for Finland. And we're also going to see Klay Thompson come in for the USA. Anthony Davis takes a breather. So I think Thompson's going to come in for Curry.
And I think you're going to see a lot of substitutions, quick substitutions, so Coach K will keep everybody happy. And it's not easy to keep 12 guys like that happy.
They see 26 years of age, Curry. Now Thompson checks in for the shooter. It's a 9-point lead for the USA. Ranico. Koivisto and Conti comes up top, guarded by Rudy Gay. Long one from the corner. Saline was blocked. Not too much to cheer about right now for Finland's fans. USA starting to turn the screw a little bit already. And the travel, though, called on Rudy Gay.
I think that was the hop that's allowed in the NBA, but here in Europe it was called for travel, so Rudy Gay was a little surprised there. Of course, he also came in right from the bench.
Well, the bounce pass over to Conti. Good. That gets the Finns on their feet.
That was nice play, simple basketball, just pick and roll to the open spot. Nice jumper there by Conti.
Oh, they get it inside to Cousins. He was challenged. The USA, and Murphy comes down with the rebound. Good defense from Murphy, and then the rebound.
I think Conti was also involved in there. He changed shot with Cousins.
Oh, so it was Conti that got the hand up. And now Klay Thompson gets the foul. Timo Myrnin's going to come in. There you saw the bump from Thompson, and here was the defense. You're right. It was Tuukka Koti that was there. Murphy with the rebound.
I think Cousins was maybe a little bit surprised that he got the ball there.
And a foul called on Rudy Gay. I think the hold on Timo Myrnin. Here's another look. I think he got the ball, but then he kind of, I think when he was swiping through, the referee saw his hand hit Myrnin's shirt. So
he's 33 years old, 2 meters 2, a veteran of Finnish national team. He's been there for many, many years.
He's like Hanno Matola. When you talk about players and their clubs, his club is the Finnish national team.
Yep. Always a hard fighter, never giving up on anything.
Second one good, so back to a 5-point game. Remember, the USA won all 4 of their warm-up games. This is the first game for them here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And the read by Salen. Stolen, but then Mournin lost it, and it leads to an easy basket for Rudy Gay. So an opportunity goes begging.
That was a beautiful play. Nice alley-oop pass to Rudy Gay, who just skied up there and threw it down. Again, it was defense of Team USA that created that basket.
Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Mournin over to Coty. Shifts, gets some space, puts it up. And Rudy Gay in for the rebound. Now Harden. USA quickly. Over to Thompson. Good! Wow, he can shoot it.
What else do you want to say? I mean, he was open there for half a second. It was a 3-on-2 situation, but he pulled the 3.
And great defense from Cousins over to Rose. And talk about the explosiveness of Harden. How about Rose? He looks good to me.
I mean, I don't think you have any other option but to foul him to stop the fast break. Otherwise, it's easy 2 points you can count for the Team USA.
Well, timeout on the floor with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go here. And the United States on top of Finland.